Hello, welcome to a GreenBest webinar. My name is James Whittick, and I'm going to be talking today about the Florifeed range of fertilizers and products that we do. I'll be presenting with a slideshow, so I'll do a PowerPoint presentation slideshow. But before I do so, a couple of things I want to say. One is that this is being recorded, and therefore you'll get a link afterwards, and you can rewatch it and watch it again. You can send it to your customers, you can send it to your staff, you can reuse it, and it'll be there on our Academy to be watched at any time. And the second thing is that if you want any questions, ask any questions, do so in the chat room on here, and we can answer them probably after the webinar rather than during the webinar. And of course, you can always email us or phone us or get a hold of your account manager if you're already a customer to ask us any questions about this particular range or anything else. So let me start the PowerPoint presentation and we'll get going. So, as I said, this is a GreenBest webinar about the Florifeed range. Let's have a 30-second introduction on GreenBest. Some of you may not know us as well as others. Some of you may be absolutely new to us. So let me tell you about GreenBest. We're a bespoke fertilizer manufacturer. Granulars, liquids, solubles, biostimulants, wetting agents, anything that also goes alongside those fertilizers as well. We have included stocked ranges for some markets, but we also manufacture traditionally a lot of bespoke fertilizer. Manufacturing for the wholesale distributor market, and we export 40% of our production to 24 countries. And our specialist markets really are the sports turf markets, the amenity turf, the vineyards, the horticulture, the landscaping, pollution control, retail, and basically any other non-agricultural sectors. We do a little bit of agriculture, but it tends to be the more specialist areas. So we're very focused as a manufacturer and a supplier on the specialist fertilizer area. So that's 30 seconds on GreenBest. What about 30 seconds on me? My name's James Whittick. I'm a sales and marketing director at GreenBest. I've been here 22 years. I started initially in production, but fairly early on moved rapidly into the sales. I'm now working in the sales and marketing department as the director. I've got a team of 6 people in the sales department. We do a lot more than sales, of course. We're really about product design, customer advice, the service element of looking after distributors who would like our products. So that's GreenBest, and that's myself. The agenda today, just for this webinar, I'd like to talk about why we created Florifeed, who the range is for, the products themselves, and then about future range development. So you'll see that Florifeed has the blue-purple branding look to the range. It's about promoting that Florifeed range for the ornamental sector. So GreenBest as a structure, as a manufacturer, is making bespoke fertilizer, traditionally for distributors wanting their own range. We're also making a velvet range for sports turf, and we're also making a smart lawn range for the lawn care industry. And what we've done is we've added this fourth range, this fourth element to our portfolio, and that's the Florifeed fertilizer. And it's a dedicated range of products for the ornamental horticultural market. We were already supplying that market before we launched Florifeed, but we decided that it was best now to build that portfolio, build that brand of Florifeed, and pull out the elements that we were manufacturing and have been selling for many years into the horticultural market and put them under one name. So the market we're talking about principally is the ornamental horticultural market. Like I mentioned, it's about the flowers, it's about the amenity and ornamental flowers that get used all around the world, trees, shrubs, pot plants, what have you. Very much aimed at this market. And the customer base, the customer type that may take this range from us, the wholesale stockist, a very key customer for us. It's the customer who will stock a ton or 3 or 7 or different ranges in their warehouse and on their racking, and they will be supplying the smaller grower and the nursery growers and the garden centers that come into them for a number of bags of fertilizer. We're also supplying the commercial growers and nurseries themselves. The very big ones are often going directly to manufacturers to get their materials. And so we can service those particular types of customers as well. Some of them will be blending our products in with their goods and have on-site blending facilities. And this product range is also ideal, and this is where we've been selling into for at least 5 years now, into the growing medium blenders and packers. You know what these are? These are the companies who are packing peat or peat-free or peat blend or anything that's to do with compost and growing media. And what they're needing is the nutrition to put into some of those blends. Some of that nutrition is fast release, but a lot of that nutrition is controlled release, and that's what the Florifeed is aimed at. So there we are, three market areas where our product Florifeed will be used. There's also a small element that may get used in the retail market into small packs. We do a bit of that now with all sorts of our fertilizers, and that may come in the future for Florifeed. So the current range of products. Controlled release fertilizers under the brand name Nutrilong. So Florifeed is the overarching name of the range into ornamental horticulture, and Nutrilong is the primary product range within it. And these are controlled release fertilizers, and there's a picture of them on the right. We're making them purple to fit in with the brand range. We have a coating plant. It's the only one in the UK. And what we are doing is a unique custom formulation, bespoke longevities of coatings, and we're manufacturing and storing products here in the UK. A lot of you will understand what a controlled release fertilizer is, but let's just go over it quickly. It's about taking a granular fertilizer and putting a protective shell around the outside, a physical barrier shell around the outside. And then what happens is soil moisture will diffuse through the coating, start to dissolve the nutrients within the product, and the dissolved nutrients then diffuse out through the coating and are slowly and carefully released into the pot plant or into the growing media or wherever the product is used, and the coating then gradually decomposes over time. Sustainability is a very important aspect to everything we do at GreenBest, and I'd like to talk about sustainability. There'll be some questions that arise, I'm sure, about this particular product range. So let's talk about it here and now. These controlled release fertilizers are the perfect solution for pollution control. A lot of pollution that happens with fertilizers is that due to the fact that we're using standard release fertilizers that get washed through, and when you irrigate, when it rains, it gets washed through and drainage through the soil, through whatever medium down drains and gets into the rivers. Some of that pollution is going up into the atmosphere through volatilization. And the best way of slowing that down, controlling that, producing just a trickle feed to the plant or whatever type of plant it is you're supplying, is a coating on the outside, a hard shell coating, controlled release fertilizer on the outside. That's why the Nutrilong range is perfect for this situation. Of course, what we want and what we have is a biodegradable product. We need that coating to biodegrade. We need it to disappear over time, and it does. We make our product, our coatings from plant oils. So they're sustainably sourced, commercially grown plants that are grown for oils, and we use those oils in our coating process. So it's very important to us. But the future of biodegradability, in this third circle at the bottom here, polymer coating conformity, meeting the future. The aspect of biodegradability within 2 years or 3 years or 5 years is going to be controlled very carefully. And so the future is making sure our fertilizers conform to these restrictions so that they are breaking down and biodegrading within the control parameters. And that's what we do. So the current range of products under the Nutrilong range, the polymer coated Nutrilong range, are these 5 products here. We moniker them with H90, H150 and so on. And they have various MPKs, 1999 down to 1788. And the longevities range, as you can see, from 4 months longevity to 12 months longevity. We make products that have longer longevity than this, but these are the standard products that we get asked for on a regular basis. These longevities are at 27 degrees centigrade. This is a commonly used temperature to assess these types of products, where they're used in perhaps warm houses, greenhouses, and so on, to assess the longevity and compare product like for like. That's the temperature we measure them at. And the current range of products have in container nursery stock these typical application rates. And we can help you devise the application rates for your particular need. But these would be the standard advertised application rates. And you will know, if you've used these types of products before, that they are advertised in grams per litre or kilograms per cubic metre. And these are the sort of application rates you can see on this table that these products would be needed at. So what about the future? So you've heard me talk about Florifeed fertilizer as the overall arching brand. And within that, the key product is the Nutrilong range, these polymer coated fertilizers, controlled release, going into the ornamental market. Without a doubt, we will be adding liquid fertilizers and soluble fertilizers quite soon to the range, because we make them anyway. We make them already for all the turf and other types of markets, and they are definitely required within the ornamental horticultural market. So as and when we identify the key ones, we'll be putting them into the range. I'd like you to trial our products. This is the way you get to know them, understand them, and value them. Take 20 kg bags from us. We're very willing to get out 20 kg bags and get them trialed properly on the ground, whether it's in a greenhouse or whatever scenario. Let's get them tested and trialed with you or with your customers, whoever, and get them out there working on the ground so that you can prove to yourself how well they work. Come and see us at shows. Last year we did a number of shows in the UK and abroad, and again this year as well. We've already done one abroad, and we've got 3 coming up in the UK where we'll actually have a stand, and others where we'll be attending to meet and greet at all the stands at the show. So we've got the HTA National Plant Show in June, the Forex Trade Show in September, Southwest Grower Show in October. Come and meet us there. If you're there, let us know. And I'd like you to ask us for information. So we've got a quick brochure, a small brochure that we can hand out to you to give to your customers for you to understand and use. It can be a soft copy or a hard copy in the post. We have samples in small biodegradable sachets that we can hand out so you can actually trial it in a very small way or just to show people the product. And this webinar recording, of course, is going to, as I said earlier, is going to be saved so that you can watch it again and you can give this webinar link out to your customers or your staff. So thank you very much for listening about the Florifeed range that we've launched. Contact us at any time about this product or this product range or any other products. You know our email address here and our website and our telephone number. Please do get in contact. Thank you very much for your time today. I hope it's been useful. Please let us know. Thank you.